Well, Jack Skinner, welcome back to Woking Football Club.
Thank you very much.
And welcome back in more than one sense, really, because in a football sense, because you've re-signed this morning for the club. But also, I reckon, personally, you've had the best lockdown ever out of anybody.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Where have you been?
Back home in Australia.
Yeah, whereabouts?
A couple months in Brisbane.
Yeah.
So yeah, and life's pretty normal over there, so it's been really good.
Yeah. Is Brisbane's your hometown, yes?
Yeah, hometown. I lived there most of my life.
So, seeing lots of old friends and so on?
Yeah, all my family's over there. Aunties, uncles, cousins, grandparents, so yeah, it was really nice to see them.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been chatting to your dad, as you know. I'm fortunate enough to have been to Brisbane. I love it. It's a fantastic city. And no doubt you would agree.
Yeah, it's really nice, especially along the coast as well. The beaches, it's really nice.
Yeah, good. So how did you occupy your time during that 3 months you were there?
Well, I got there, we had to do the 2 weeks quarantine when we got there, so I only got out in June. And I had just a couple months, so June, just seeing family really. Got a lot of birthdays that month, both my parents, myself, so it's good to be there with them. But yeah. I mean, it's hard to commit to anything because you don't really know what's going on. So.
What sort of involvement in any sense at all did you have with football?
Over there?
Yeah.
When I was back, just training on my own really.
Right.
And the gyms have been open, so it's hard to go into a team and get anything like that. So yeah, just on my own.
So you went running and so on?
Yeah.
Same as everyone else, I suppose, really.
Yeah, just got to do what you can.
Do you have any sort of relationship with a team called Brisbane Strikers?
Yeah, well, they were my old team. I was at before I came here.
Okay, and the reason I ask is because they put out a tweet or a Facebook message, I can't remember which, the other day, noting that you played in the second half at Hamworth, I think.
Oh yeah.
So it was all about Aussies abroad or something.
Yeah,
And
I think
you got a mention.
A few players have come over to England to play. But yeah, I was there for 2 years before I came over here. It's a great club, so yeah.
What sort of games do they play? I mean, do they play just local matches or all over the
so they play in the NPL, so it's just in Queensland.
Right.
It's I think it's the league below the A-League.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's a good standard, but I was only there like under 13, 14, so...
Yeah. Okay, let's look back to last season. You signed, and I think I'm right. The first club you went to was Leatherhead. Is that correct?
Yeah, I went to a few places. So yeah, I think Leatherhead for a month. Was the first place I went.
How did you get on there?
That was a bit difficult, that one. So I was training here, but I was a bit in and out of it. And they had the FA Cup at the time, and I couldn't play.
Yes.
So it was a bit stop and start.
Right. And where did you go after that?
And then I think I came back for a while, trained sort of on the fringe, and then I think to Hampton I went for a month.
Yeah.
And that was difficult again. Sort of came on a few times off the bench. Thought I did alright, but couldn't really get any game time, so...
Right.
So, yeah.
Did you have Jake Gray keeping you out of the team?
Yeah, he was playing in there, he was doing really well, so...
Yeah,
it was hard to get a run.
He's signed again for them for this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, he had a really good spell last year, so not surprised.
So, was it after that you landed up at Eastbourne?
I think I went out again before that to Walton for a month.
Right.
So I played quite a few games there, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And then after that, Eastbourne was where I stayed for quite a few months. Got a good run of games.
How did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was really good. I think I was there from January. Played, I think, 10 or 11 games. Yeah. It was a good level, so yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And were you starting?
Yeah, I started most weeks.
Right.
A few cup games as well. So we're into the final of the Sussex Cup before COVID, so yeah,
and
good run.
You were playing there with, was Nick Wheeler still there, or had he gone to Dorking by then?
He left just as I came in.
Okay.
So
right. Greg Lure was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Greg Lure played up top, and Gailey as well.
Yes, Ian Gale at the back.
Yeah.
So there were some familiar faces.
Yeah, it was good to know a few of them before I went in.
Sure. And how did you get on with the 3G?
I quite enjoy playing on 3G.
Yeah.
It kind of suits me, I guess. So I played out wide, so it's good to have it to my feet. So yeah.
Right. you were just telling me before we started, I asked you what your dad does, because without wanting to pry, but that explains why you're here in England rather than still in Brisbane. So can you, for the camera, tell us what it is he does?
Yeah, so Loughborough University had a campus in London, and he came over as a professor of a sport business department sort of. So yeah, he's been working there a good 5 or 6 years now.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So how does the family see their future, in England or back in Australia?
Oh, it's hard to tell really. It's a good job, but my sister's over there at uni. She loves it over there, so.
In Australia?
Yeah.
Right.
But, yeah, so I got the option really.
Yeah.
Just play things as it goes.
The reason I ask is because I wondered if you saw or foresaw or wished for a future in the A-League yourself, perhaps.
Oh yeah, I just want to play at the highest level. If
Yeah.
I end up back over there, just play wherever I can really.
Right.
I know a few people I used to play with are sort of in the youth team still, so
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So if you were able to play in the A-League, who would you most like to play for?
Oh, if that was to come, well, Brisbane, my hometown, so yeah. Nice. Went to a lot of games when I was younger. Like a good following, so yeah.
I actually have seen Melbourne play Brisbane in the A-League live last time I was over there, so
yeah.
I can't remember, I think it was 1-1, but I do know it absolutely poured down with rain.
Yeah.
And this was in the middle of the Australian summer.
Yeah, that is the wet season in summer, there's a lot of thunderstorms and so, but yeah, it's always a good game, Brisbane-Melbourne.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was. Right, so this season, how do you see it panning out? What are you hoping for, aiming for?
I just want to push on a bit more this year. Dad said he wants me to as well, to try and push into the first team, but yeah, I just got to keep improving. I think I've done that the last couple of years, so just really push on.
You've just been chatting with him before this. Has he sort of talked about your role as a player in terms of position and what he expects from you, wants from you?
Yeah, well, I've played all over the place really last year. In the academy I was in the midfield with Scott, and then Eastbourne out wide, and then the last few games Douse has had me back in the middle again, so I think he sees me best out wide.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
There's a lot of competition for places out wide in the first team.
Yeah, there's a lot of good players.
Johnny Goddard, Matt Jarvis, Dave Tarpey.
But yeah, you can see it's a good thing.
Yeah.
To look up to them.
And finally, how fit have you managed to keep yourself?
Well, I've been doing some running in the gym, but it doesn't really compare to the group training. So got in on the Monday and had training on the Tuesday, so I was feeling pretty heavy. And
it was a tough session last night, Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of fitness in there, and it was soaking wet as well.
Yes, not least because of the rain, as Douse has already told us. Okay, well, we wish you all the best, and hope for you to get some opportunities in the first team and show us what you can do.
Yeah, thank you.